Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Shojo's Bizarre Adventure. It is I, your host, Stella Luna.
And Laura and Yusef. Hello, everyone.
Hello. So, what do we got this week? I know we got some Shojo news.
Yeah, so Anime NYC just took place this past weekend. A lot of my TikTok mutuals happened to be there. Of course, I am not there.
I wish I was there.
It looked cool. I mean, it looks cool every single year. Oh, did you? So random before the Shoujo news. Did you see that they had the military, the FBI, and the Navy recruiting people at the
What?
convention? Yeah.
Damn.
The FBI. Oh my god.
Those damn psyops, man. I actually don't know if that's what I know what psyops are, but I don't know if that counts as it. But that's so weird.
Yeah, because I had heard about the Navy because like they were trolling the hell out of their announcement, like, oh yeah, we're gonna be at booth, whatever. But I just found out about the FBI. Like someone literally recorded.
You're telling me you're telling me that the government, the US government, is going to anime conventions and trying to recruit Cheeto dust covered Mountain Dew drinking incels? I'm just kidding. They're not incels. The basement dwellers? And none of us are in shape. Let's be fucking real. Like any anime fan, none of us are in shape except for the fucking Goku lovers. Like they are in shape for whatever reason because they just want to look like Goku. But like, I mean, I guess that's who they could be going after. But like, let's be real. Like,
let's be real.
Let's be real. Like we're not up for getting into war and into the military. Like We'd rather just sit down and watch Kokios or Attack on Titan before actually joining.
We'd rather be like alone, cooped up in a room, playing video games. Like actual sweat. No,
that's
thanks.
so weird. That's so weird. I'm like, I feel like if I was at that con, I'd be like walking up in there and I'd see them and I'm like, what is this, high school again? Like,
yeah, totally.
I saw like high school.
I think it was like the Navy booth that had like a chin up thing. It's like let's be real.
Let's be real. Like your average cosplayer and your average like anime loving otaku is not going to be up for the military. Like you think we're in shape and we have the mental capacity for that? I'm sitting here still crying over the fucking death of whatever character I love. You think I could watch a death in real life like that?
Oh no. They chose the wrong audience for
that. Wrong audience. No.
Like I can understand maybe like a car show or like I don't know, some type of like boxing event.
I don't know. Maybe go to like some kind of like gun show. Like those exist, right? Like,
those exist. Yeah.
I'm like they like guns. Like you got guns, they like guns. You know. That's...
Anime fans very rarely have guns in terms of muscle.
Yeah. What a weird. So weird.
Yeah, because like, I was gonna say Anime LA, Anime Expo. I don't recall ever seeing like the Navy or the Army there.
Well, yeah, at all. It's California.
Yeah. Well, true, but it's like New York City, Manhattan. Like I don't know.
Apparently they're just built different.
Yeah, I think so. It's just so funny.
That's so weird. It's funny too. At Anime NYC, I saw that like Studio Bones was gonna announce an anime, and like oh my god, everyone was saying a few animes. I feel like Ouran High School Host Club was one of them. Shirayuki.
Yeah.
And then the other one was Soul Eater was the other one I was saying. Like Soul Eater like remake essentially. Like reboot.
Has that happened yet? Or it might be happening today. Their booth.
Oh, they announced that I think 2 days ago actually.
Okay, but so it was none of them.
Yeah, not it wasn't. It was not any of them. I feel like we definitely would have heard it. I actually looked it up right before, and nope. It was some anime that or manga series that I just don't know. Like, or maybe it's a light novel. It's kind of sounded like a light novel's like title, but I don't remember the title. But like, it wasn't any of the ones that I wanted, so I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm like, give me that Soul Eater remake. Come on, like we need it in 2023.
Well, yeah.
2024. I guess, yeah. I was like, what
Yeah.
year? I was gonna say
The year's almost
2012, and
over.
look, okay,
2012.
I apologize ahead of time, guys. I have not slept. I have been awake for over 24 hours. So I haven't slept. I was working on a thing that I wanted to get done, or at least close to being done. So I am really loopy right now. I'm really tired. So ignore me. If I start slurring my words, I'm not drunk. I'm just tired.
I obviously have an excuse. I have no excuse. Oh my god. So I'll get started. Um, some basic announcements. We got a lot of like the second teaser trailers for like upcoming series, like the Demon Prince of Momochi House.
Mhm.
We also got like cover releases for things that were already announced, like My Love Story with Yamada-kun. Um,
Oh, people were
three
not happy with
volumes one
that
through
cover.
three. Oh no, people are not happy.
They're not happy with the English cover. I
No,
saw
no, no.
that. I was like, oh yeah, it just kind of looked boring now, doesn't it?
It kind of just looks very. I mean, they're definitely trying to appeal to like the Western U.S. audience. So it kind of, for me, it looks like other like romance novel covers. I
Here's the
don't know.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Trying to appeal to the West. I read and
Mhm.
I watch anime. Like, what do you mean appeal to me? I go out of my way to watch it and read that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
So why are we trying to make it appealing for me? I'm already appealed by it. Thank you. That's my TED
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I mean, they're not bad. They're just they could have at least just recreated the Japanese manga covers that we were also used to and just make it English. That's it.
Just give him a little razzle dazzle.
A little razzle.
No
Yeah.
razzle dazzle, and it would have been fine.
No
Anyways.
razzling or dazzling there. So then for new manga announcements, Kodansha came with three
Wow.
three Shojosei series. We have one that kind of think it actually might be a manhwa. Not sure.
Ooh, a
I can
manhwa.
tell from the cover that is not, well, doesn't look like Japanese. But the series is called The Boy I Loved Became the Jaded Emperor. So, yeah,
Mhm.
we have Rofen between an emperor who swears revenge towards the ones who killed the woman who protected him in the past and the woman who got reincarnated as the Duchess. So, a little Shojosei isekai from
Oh.
from Kodansha. Yeah, I feel like
Oh.
that's usually I feel like it's Gen Press that brings the isekai and like also Seven Seas.
Mhm.
So I'm curious to see Kodansha dabble into the like Shojosei isekai like genre.
I like. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm.
I usually I hate isekai,
You
but
hate
when it
them?
comes to shoujo isekai
Oh
or
no, yeah.
josei
Hmm.
isekai, I'm all about that. Which
Yeah, they're definitely I don't know, they for the most part the ones that I've read, they play up to like tension between like the female and the male lead. So I personally really enjoy that.
I mean, was it on the 28th of this month?
Uh-huh.
The My Next Life as a Villainess is getting the Ultimate game released in English.
Mm-hmm.
And you know who's buying it? This gal. I'm buying that. I'm buying that shit so quickly. I'm so excited. Because I
Yeah.
love My Next Life as a Villainess.
Oh, it's so good. I love it too. I'm
A,
looking
li-
forward to it.
a little Katarina Nendroid that I bought. I have her.
Mm.
I really wanted the figure, but I couldn't afford her at the time. And now I'm like really sad because I'm like, ah, I
And the
want.
movie comes out next year or this or
I
later
think
this year.
it's next year. I think next year,
Uh-huh.
like beginning of next year, February maybe. I might
Uh-huh.
be wrong. That one comes out, and the prediction is that Sailor Moon Cosmos comes out next month.
Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully it does.
I hope it does. I'm tired of waiting. I don't understand why
Dude,
they can't just give them the movie like ahead of time to dub, so that way they could
yeah.
be released at the same time. I'm tired. I'm tired of being a shojo fan and waiting for our goddamn movies.
I feel like it's just Toei. Like, I don't know why they always like fumble the bag.
Goddamn toy.
Like, I mean, the movies came out in Japan in the summer.
Yeah.
We've already gotten spoiled so much on Twitter
Oh
with
my
like all these
god.
stills and everything. Although I
I
know what happens, I know, but like I
well, I
wanted to be surprised.
yeah, no, it's no okay, this really bugs me because I'm like, can we stop posting the goddamn first of all, how are you getting these stills? Because I'm like, if it's not even out on DVD yet, like at
Hmm.
least look, at least if I'm going to do the arg matey, like the DVD needs to
Hmm.
come out, right? To do the
Yes.
arg
Hmm.
matey, but the DVD
Hmm.
hasn't even released. The Blu-rays have not released, and there's these stills, and I'm like, I want to be surprised. Like
Hmm.
like the fact that there was one thing that I was hoping that the movie would do, and it did
Hmm.
it, but I got spoiled on it, right? Because I was like,
Yeah.
because I'm like, if I heard one special song in the movie, I would cry. I'm probably still gonna cry. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm still gonna
But
cry too.
but I wanted to be surprised on it. But then
Yeah.
people posted it, and I'm like, I'm like, guys, I don't live in fucking Japan.
Yeah.
Like, we don't live in fucking Japan. Stop fucking spoiling the movie. And I know what happens in the movie. It's not about what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Hmm.
about the
No, that's how I
direction
feel.
of the movie.
Y- Another thing that like really disappoints me with Toei is
What?
that they know very well how big of an impact Sailor Moon had on like 90s kids.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why they don't choose to actually show that movie in the movie theaters. I don't care if you do like a 3-day limited run in
Yeah.
certain movie theaters. We will pay to see it in movie theaters.
They do it with Dragon Ball. I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what? I'm about ready. I'm about ready to fly to Japan and walk into Toei and talk to the heads and be like, guys, I'm going to sit down with them. I'm going to be very nice. No, I'm going to be very passive aggressive.
Yes, exactly.
I'm not going to be nice. I'm going to be
Uh,
passive aggressive. And I'm like, passive aggressive as in I'm going to grab them by their goddamn suit ties and I'm going to pull them really close and be like, if you do not show the same treatment for Sailor Moon, or so help me. You're gonna step on Legos every night. Your toilets are not going to flush correctly.
your toilets or warm toilets will not get warm.
They will always be cold. You will
Oh.
have hair stuck in your drain, and you won't be able to unclog it. Like, like
Those-
I'm going to threaten them, and they're not gonna like it. And because I'm tired of it, I just want I've been trying really hard not to like say anything to Jojo. Like say
Mhm.
anything or like show anything, and I pray to God nothing pops up for him that
Mhm.
spoils Sailor Moon.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
like
yeah.
I can't wait to get to Cosmos, like to Sailor Cosmos, because he doesn't listen to the podcast, so he's not gonna even hear this. And if you're listening, Jojo, just in case it's that one time, stop listening. Just stop listening right now.
Oh,
But Cosmo, I want to see his reaction on Cosmos. Like I want
yeah.
to see like his because he's seen Cosmos. He saw like the poster for it, and right now
Yeah,
he
yeah,
thinks
yeah.
that Sailor Cosmos is actually Neo Queen Serenity. Which,
Mhm.
give or take, like, yeah, you could be right, you could not be right,
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
but he doesn't know. He thinks it's flat out like Neo Queen Serenity again.
Yeah.
But it doesn't
Again.
realize it's a separate character, separate quote unquote character.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, I'm excited to watch it, of course, but it's the same damn shit all over with Toei.
I
And I feel like
yeah.
Precure fans also get that same treatment too. But of course, I want to get into Precure. I just don't know where to start. That's my thing. But
I
it's
would say
always like
probably the very first Precure, obviously.
the very first one. Ugh, yeah,
Yeah.
there's too many.
There's a lot, but the very first one with like I don't know their names, but like the two. Because there was only two
Mm.
of them. They were a duo, and it was just that. Like because I'm interested in watching the adult version.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to watch, but then I saw that it was basically like a continuation of another season. So I was like,
Yeah.
oh.
Well, I mean, you can watch that season because I think the other Precures are all separate series.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you could like watch whichever one you want or not want.
Mm-hmm.
So except for that, like because if it's a continuation, then yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyways, what are some of
We
the
got
other series? We got sidetracked there.
Yeah, we got sidetracked. Okay, back to Kodansha. Oh well, Kodansha also publishes Sailor Moon, but back to Kodansha announcements. We're getting another series by Ria Ruga. She is, if you're not familiar with
Oh
her,
God,
she
Raruga
writes.
by Oshi. Sorry, sorry, sorry. In a Discord server, I named one of my names is Raruga,
Oh,
which
really?
is which is supposed to be a like taking Garguro's name, and it's like, oh my God,
Mm.
my Oshi Raruga. Yes, sorry,
Well,
continue.
Ria Ruga, she is the master of creating very very dramatic sad series, and she's coming with us with another sad drama
Yeah,
series.
I love being sad.
Oh, dude. Like,
I love being sad.
if you want a good cry, her series Perfect World, which is already wrapped up earlier this year with I think 11 or 12 volumes, that one. Oh, every single volume made me cry. So her new series is called Sheltering Eves, and it focuses on a children's home with orphans, basically.
Of course,
So
orphans. If you want to make something
Mhm.
sad, you put orphans
Yes,
in it and makes you
yeah,
cry.
you have two orphans, very sad backstories, and as high schoolers, their romance blossoms into a harsh world that abuses the innocent. They're both, yeah, like I said, they
Oh
both
God.
come with very sad, tragic backstories. We'll find out more about them. I know
Baggage.
this is an ongoing series. She just started it this year in Japan, so I'm surprised how quickly it got picked up in English. But her previous series with Kodansha did really well, so I'm surprised how quickly it got printed in English. But at the same time, I'm not, just because her other work sold really well.
Yeah.
So from that, we go on to, and this one I'm super excited about. So we're getting a romance series with adult characters.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, and this one's called Opposites Attract. We have two
Ooh.
adults who meet at a dog park.
What dog park?
Yeah,
Oh.
they meet out while out on a walk with their dogs, and soon they form a bond. So they're bonding about dogs, they're falling in love. Characters look older. This one looks super cute.
This reminds me. It almost reminds me. And it's so dumb. But I saw someone have like it was a TikTok about
Mm-hmm.
someone was like, tell me your weirdest fictional crush, and
Uh-huh.
or like weirdest crush or whatever. And this girl like stitched it. She was talking about her crush, and she's like, yeah, like we used to like like I used to walk my dog, he walked his dog, and like we'd see each
Mm-hmm.
other, and like all this stuff. And then she's like, and here's where it gets weird though. I had a crush on one of the owners in Nintendogs.
Oh.
She was talking about. And the weirdest thing is that none of the Nintendog owners you
Uh-huh.
never see any faces for. They don't even have sprites. So it was just like a name.
The voice? Oh,
There was no voice. It was just the name. It was that's all it was. It was just the name. The only reason she had a crush on this
Oh my
guy
God.
as a kid was because
Uh-huh.
their dogs played together cute.
Oh my God.
She didn't even have a face for him or a personality. It was just a name. It's like, yes, my crush from Nintendogs, Lucas.
Oh, that is something.
That's what this is what that manga sounds like to me though.
You know what I just thought of too?
What?
Um, Fruits Basket mangaka. Her new series also centers around dogs as well.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, we're getting some Shigure redemption arc, aren't we? We
I
gotta
guess
redeem
so.
the dogs, man.
I just find it interesting that all of a sudden we're getting like series that I mean, I'm a dog owner, so for me, I'm like, oh yeah, sure, that sounds relatable.
Oh yeah. Well, we also soon are going to be getting. I don't know. I know. I either pre-orders went up, or we you can order it now. But
Mm.
my neighborhood story, or not
Oh
my
yeah,
neighborhood story,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
also
Hmm.
is coming out by Viz,
Yeah, it
which
should be coming out soon.
yeah,
Yeah.
which if you like Nana and you like Paradise Kiss, especially Paradise Kiss, you should definitely
Hmm.
get the series. You should definitely look into the series. I found out about the series a while ago. I watched the
Hmm.
anime. Very cute, but it basically if you're a Paradise Kiss fan, God, what's her name? I don't remember the pink-haired girl's name at the top of my head. This story is about her sister, which you do see the main characters of Neighborhood Story in Paradise Kiss.
Hmm.
Like Happy You, it's basically the prequel to Paradise Kiss, or I guess technically it would be Paradise Kiss is the sequel to Neighborhood Story.
Yeah. Hmm.
And it's really cute. It's so cute. I love Sutomu, who is like the main guy. I love him to death. Little monkey man. I love him. Um, that's what they call him. They say he looks like a monkey, so I'm like he's a little monkey man. Uh, great series, great series. I 100% suggest it. It's really cute. It's not as like dark or like it's not dark and mature like
Hmm.
Nana is, and it doesn't have a more mature vibe than Paradise Kiss. It's more like lighthearted, very much more shojo than
Hmm.
Paradise Kiss and Nana.
Mm. I'm looking forward to reading it.
That is very
Um,
cute.
the last Kodansha announcement. This is technically not a shoujo or a josei. You could maybe say it is quote unquote josei coded if you want to
Mm-hmm.
refer to it. But it's by the mangaka of Sweat and Soap. So
Ah,
they're going to be publishing their one-shot romance called Home Office Romance. So yeah, it's a series, well, a one-shot inspired by lockdown and having to go from working in the office to working alone at home.
wow,
Uh-huh. Yeah,
interesting.
I refuse to read the scanlations for this one.
Mm-hmm.
I did recently get published in Japan, so I bought the Japanese one, which I'm waiting for it to get shipped. But I'm looking forward to it. I know in a lot of the Sweat and Soap volumes that he was very open about his own I mean, okay, their own feelings because I don't know the gender of Kitetsu Yamada.
Mm-hmm.
They were very open about their feelings about like going from working like with other artists in person to then suddenly being like stuck at home, not knowing what to do. You're just interacting with yourself. So they took inspiration of inspiration from that and just the fantasy of like how would a romance unfold when you're just stuck being like isolated at home.
Yeah.
So it's a romance between neighbors. Essentially, that's what happened. So those were the announcements from Kodansha. We also got some anime news announcements. The webtoons True Beauty is getting an anime
I
releasing next year.
saw that
Mhm.
and I'm like, I feel like it's a little late. Let's be real.
Yeah, I feel like they definitely, yeah.
One of those series, and I'm like, I feel like that's been around as long as Webtoon has.
Mm,
And because, like, that was like, I think, like, the series they really pushed at the very beginning of Webtoon.
yeah.
And now I'm like, I feel like we're just past that time, you know?
Hmm.
Also, like, I feel like a lot of people don't like it anymore either.
I bought the first volume now that I got like a printed release.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it, but I feel like I enjoyed the other like manhwa CD. It's not cities. Manhwa series that I've also like read recently more
Mm-hmm.
than True Beauty. I don't know. I just maybe because I'm not the target demographic. I don't know. It was hard to like relate to that high school scenario.
Yeah, it's sometimes hard. Like sometimes I'll pick up something and it's high school and I'm like, I don't really relate to this anymore. It's
Yeah,
been a while.
I mean, like, there's like some high school series that like I can kind of put myself into
Yeah.
the the lead's shoes, but with this one, like, I don't know, I was so indifferent in high school. Like, I looking pretty for other people to like enjoy my prettiness was just not a priority for me.
Well, I think the other thing too is that like I'm pretty sure True Beauty has like a lot of like she's very popular on social media, right?
Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
And the thing is like while we were in school, like I know for sure you didn't really have Instagram when you were in high school because
Mm-mm,
Instagram came
no.
around when I was in my like in late high school for me.
Mhm.
Even then though, it was like not like we didn't have like influencers.
No.
And so yeah, like being like influencer, Instagram, like social media, like pretty and like all that stuff was just like not something that was around for us at the
Mm-mm.
time. Like
Yeah.
like at all. Like not even
Mm-mm.
close.
And it's hard for me to like relate to that because I had all that social media as an adult.
Yeah. Like
Mhm.
I had social media. I had like MySpace and Facebook,
Yeah.
but I
Mhm.
had to
They were so
wait.
different though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had to wait to get home to log on to the family computer just to get
Mhm.
on to MySpace and Facebook, you know?
Yeah.
You didn't have it on your phone, access to your phone like that. You could just like,
Mhm.
oh, let me just open up my app and see what's going on. And now it's like or back then it was like, okay, I gotta wait home till I get home to like log
Mhm.
in and go like post stuff and all that.
Yep. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, no, yeah. I feel like I probably would not relate either.
Maybe I'll check it out. I mean, I didn't hate the series, but I'm not like super personally, I'm not super excited about a True Beauty
Yeah,
anime.
it's true.
What I am excited about, I mentioned this to Stella before we started recording, is we're getting an shoujo anime series with an openly bisexual female character.
Let's
I feel
go.
like I've never said those words out loud for a shoujo series. So this one is called Senpai is an Otoko Noko and is coming to Crunchyroll in 2024. The story is about a bisexual girl who confesses to another female classmate. Soon she finds out that the girl is actually a boy cross-dressing. So, and they also released the first trailer for it too.
Oh,
I
I
need to
didn't
check
know
it out.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll make sure to retweet it on our Shojo's Bizarre Adventure Twitter
You know what's
handle.
crazy? It's
Mm.
crazy because like I mean, Shojo's always been. Let's be real. It's always been kind of gay. Like,
Yes,
there's a
yes, yes,
lot of
yes, yes.
gay in Shojo, man. But like, yeah, having like a very like the first like openly bisexual uh character, main character
Mm-hmm.
is like really cool because like we've talked about like Usagi, you know, within the
Mm-hmm.
community being bi. I mean, like
Yes. Mm-hmm.
you know, we have bi coded, but like having a character that is like fully like I am out and bi.
Yeah, that's a different thing. Like the
Yep.
same thing with like BL characters. There's a lot that are like it- they imply that they have liked. I mean, obviously, a lot of them went from like quote unquote straight to gay relationship. It's like, homie, you're bi.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Well, what was it?
Mm-hmm.
Sasaki Miyano is a good example
Yeah,
of that
Miyano. Yeah.
with
Mm-hmm.
Miyano. Yeah, being like a bi man essentially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think it's really cool to have a character in a series that's just like so openly like bisexual. Like here I am. I
Well, it's
like I don't know. You just
interesting
don't see that. Yeah.
because like I've always liked series like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or wanted to read like there was a series like a really old series called what's it called? I Ore.
Oh, okay.
Like
Mm-hmm.
it's a pretty old series now because I
Mm-hmm.
remember seeing it like in the bookstore when I was a middle schooler. But
Mm-hmm.
basically it was like about it was about a guy and a girl. It was romance, but
Mm-hmm.
the guy looked like a girl and the girl looked like a guy.
Mm-hmm.
And but like you know like I like seeing shojo or josei where they're breaking gender norms.
Yeah.
I always love
Mm-hmm.
that. Like I love
Mm-hmm.
that in series. I love that like lovely complex. I think it was
Mm-hmm.
my very first series where I watched something that had like breaking gender norms because while like Risa is absolutely a girl, and so is Otani being absolutely a boy. Like,
Hmm.
they do break gender norms by just existing with their heights, right? And being in a relationship, right?
Hmm.
Because like gender norms will tell you that the girl needs to be shorter than the guy, and the guy needs to be taller. But like at the same time too, like I don't know, like Lovely Complex was just like it's just a wild show for me, and I'm like I just love that show. But
I don't. I forgot to mention this before we started
mhm.
recording this, but another anime got announced that kind of breaks the shoujo anime box once again. So this one is Debut to Love to Ayamachi. It's a plus size misadventures in love.
I saw that
Hmm.
one. I saw it, and I saw so many people excited
Yeah.
for it because I'm like, we don't get very many plus size characters that aren't the butt of the
Like,
joke.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. To have one that is the lead
Yeah.
and it's just a normal person existing.
Yep.
I think it's so cool. And plus it's like a shoujo romance.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm really excited about this one.
Well, because
The artwork looks really cute.
the last time we got, at least the last time that I remember, we getting
Hmm.
a plus size shojo character, like protagonist, was Kiss Him Not Me,
Yeah,
which,
yeah,
I know a lot of people have problems with that. And, like, oh, she loses weight and she gets all these guys
yeah.
that notice her and stuff like that. Even though I think Kiss Him Not Me is a lot of satire and it's a lot of
It is, yeah.
like her losing the weight is like absolutely like satire and being like, oh, she has a magical transformation and now she's incredibly hot and all these dudes who used to hate her now love her, and like how shallow they are, right? Which, by the
Mhm.
way, I'm glad she gets with the guy she does because spoiler
Mhm.
alert, and I feel
Mhm.
like everyone knows this at this point,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
she ends up with the correct guy and she goes back to being plus size and they're happily married, and I'm like, that's wonderful. Like, that's because like you can do satire in
Mhm.
and because like I feel like it's the same thing with like Oron as well too, when
Yeah.
you have like satire shows, because I'll see this happen all the time. They're like, this is satire, and then you'll have someone be like, well, this is problematic, and I'm like, yes, it's
Yeah.
satire, right?
Mhm.
Because at the end of the show, they they drop the satire, but like it's not like being problematic anymore, if that makes sense,
Mhm.
right? Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
with His Him Not Me, like when she ends up getting married and she gains all the weight, she's marrying the guy who's loved her even when she had the weight,
Mhm.
and like
Mhm.
that's the correct choice, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, um, because satire is meant to poke the bear and be like, hey, hey, this is wrong. This is weird. This is kind of weird shit, isn't it? Making fun of it. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. Mhm. I agree. Do you want me to continue with the
Yeah.
announcements? Yen Press actually came out with like some very interesting Josei announcements. I feel like we don't get too many from Yen Press.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is called Friday at the Atelier. So this one, you have Tamaki asked by the famous painter Shunusui to become a nude model. When she accepts without hesitation, he somehow falls in love with her. The love story between an oblivious girl and a handsome but extremely self conscious artist begins.
Damn. I guess to make a man fall in love with you, you gotta get nude.
Yes, you gotta be a nude model.
Gotta be a nude model. You gotta take it all off. Take off all the clothes. You gotta be like. I
Oh.
mean, let's be real. I feel like that's actually just real life. It's not even a joke. It's not even a joke. You can be like, hello, ugh, and then you'd be like,
Have you ever been a model for like a painting class?
no, I haven't actually.
I did it once, like in my 20s. And at first, because it was like for one of my friends' aunt's art class, and like they were used to like the nude models, and like my friend's aunt was like, absolutely not. They are like me and my friend, we are not getting nude. So then we were just like, they let us like pose fully with our clothes on.
hmm
It's a very interesting experience. because
I don't know
you have
how I would feel. I feel okay. I'm gonna be real. I feel like
uh,
if I, as long as I knew mentally that what was
mhm.
happening, I think I would be fine.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
okay, because like here's the thing is like I have heart problems, right?
yeah. Mhm,
And when I have to go to the doctor, I have to sometimes get an ultrasound, right?
mhm,
To like look at like the heart to see what's going on. You know where the heart is located?
mhm,
It's under the chest. And so a lot of times I'm just there like laying on the whatever thing that they have in the doctor's office, no top, and I'm just like, "Yep, all the nurses and doctors are in there," and I'm
mm.
just like there, no shirt on. So I feel like I could probably do it because I've just been that's like what I've like grown up doing anyways.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
being in like, okay, well all of these people are like looking there cuz well, they should be not looking at you sexually, but like they're looking at you non-sexually, and
Yeah,
that
yeah.
would bring comfort to me of like, okay, you guys are
Mhm.
not looking at me sexually. Though I mean there probably is probably at least one person, let's be real. But
Yeah.
as long as I don't know, it's fine. It's
Yeah,
fine.
for me, it was, like, maintaining that same pose for, like, an hour or so,
Oh yeah, that would be
and then
hard.
having, like, the artist sometimes, they come up really close to you and just, like, really analyze, like, different things,
Like,
but
oh
seeing,
man, what
like,
if I
their
have a zit on my back?
I know, oh, it's, like it's very strange, but seeing, like, what they're able to do and that I mean, by the time you're done, you're like, "Oh, wait, it's been like I don't even know how many hours I was there for, but it's cool to see what they did. I
Mhm.
mean, a lot of their work was really cool. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, artists are
here I
crazy.
am.
They're
Yeah,
cracked.
no,
They're
they,
cracked.
yeah, they are.
Artists are cracked, man. Just like me.
From
Sorry.
from nude from nude modeling, we're going on to a series with a very eye-catching title.
Okay.
This one's called "She Likes the Gays, but Not Me."
Damn.
So we have Atsushi has always hidden the fact that he's gay. One day he sees his classmates say with a BL book. Atsushi longs for a normal happiness with a loving wife and child. But what can he do when he's not turned on by women? That is the synopsis.
Damn. That sounds like a
Mm-hmm.
you problem. Sorry.
Yeah.
Uh,
So we got those from Yen Press, from just their regular Yen Press. Isa Press, which is their manhwa subprint or yeah.
mhm.
They announced their very first BL manhwa, and they announced a few isekai, Josei isekai series.
Yeah.
The one that I was surprised that it took this long to get or like a printed license was Marriage of Convenience. I feel like I've heard that one a lot on TikTok.
Yeah, I
So,
think so too, yeah.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm excited about that one. I mean, all the manhwa series have such pretty artwork.
They do. They really
Yeah,
do.
yeah. And the male leads are just like, "Ah, they're so beautiful. I hate it. But yeah, so they released 4 titles. I can go through them really quickly. We have Beware the Villainess. We have My Secretly Hot Husband. That one, the dude kind
I,
of on the cover has like the horns, kind of reminded me of Ren Soto's VTuber model a
oh,
little bit.
but how can your husband be secretly hot?
Well, he's wearing a mask, so I guess he's always masked.
Oh, that's
Mm-hmm.
literally what happened. I guess that's what happened to me at the Hollow Star Armis debuts that just happened.
Uh-huh.
They just happened, right? And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
man, Gerard Rex T Rexford as
Mm-hmm.
we have Gold Bullet, Octavio, and Crimson Ruse. And
Mm-hmm.
Crimson Ruse had a mask on. I liked his design. I did like his design at first, right?
Uh-huh.
I did like it. That man took off his mask and his jacket, And oh boy, I was losing my shit. I was like, oh my god, keep it off, please. Like, holy, you're hot. What? And then Gerard T. Rexford, as dumb as the name. I'm sorry, like I love you to death, but your name is like I can't take you seriously with that name,
Mhm.
Gerard T. Because I keep wanting to say jacquard, like the fabric,
Oh,
like a jacquard
yeah, yeah,
fabric,
yeah, yeah.
and I feel like that's what he was trying to go for, but he spelt it wrong. Like Gerard instead of Jacquard, right? And then T Rexford, he's got like red hair. He kind of looks like he's like Rin Matsuoka's like long lost brother. Let's be real.
Mm.
Uh, and then Octavio, and then Gold Bullet. But yeah, they just had their debuts. But yeah, no, Ruse though, Ruse secretly hot. He was secretly hot the whole time. I felt like that SpongeBob meme of Squidward going, "It's okay, Squidward. Just imagine him in his underwear." Oh no, he's hot. Me, me at all times.
And you will probably enjoy my secretly hot husband. That's how it happened. He just took off his mask. He's wearing like some type of like feather coat. I don't know. He looks like
Mm,
a. Mm? He has like dragon wings too.
Dragon
Interesting.
tails, dragon tails. I need to be stopped. I'm taking a nap after this.
We already talked about marriage of convenience, so we can skip that. And then the last one is the villainess is a marionette.
Oh, interesting.
Uh-huh. The dude on the cover looks really hot. He looks so hot.
I like hot men. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's basically like I guess the dude's trying to control her. Like a marionette. There we go. That was horrible. So there's probably gonna be someone in the chat like, actually, this is what happened.
Actually,
I was just too distracted, dude. The cover.
well,
I'm
you know
sold.
what?
Mm,
And actually, that made me mad.
mm.
A goddamn tweet on Twitter about AI. So,
AI. Yep.
yep. Okay, so I guess Utsu-P
Mm-hmm.
uh used AI art
Mm-hmm.
and doubled down.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And for
Like,
those of you who don't know, Utsu-P, the Vocaloid producer.
yes, the Vocaloid
Yeah.
producer, and people are upset. Right,
Mm-hmm.
they're upset, and I think rightfully so. I think rightfully so.
Yeah.
But there's a tweet that made me so mad. Somebody like basically was like, "I don't understand why you guys are upset. Vocaloid is AI." Like claiming that Vocaloid and vocal synths are AI. And it was literally the most brain dead reply I've ever seen. Like I'm like, you just proved to me that you don't have even two brain cells to rub together. You barely
Mm-hmm.
even have one. Like I've like it you know nothing. And this is one thing I really hate about people is when they start talking about things they really don't know about. Like know nothing
Yeah.
about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Because like here's the thing. I will never talk on anything that I don't know anything about. Now, if
Oh
someone
yeah.
asks
Mm-hmm.
me about my opinion on something and I don't really know a lot about it, I probably will preference being like or saying that or preface that saying that I don't really know, take what I say with a grain of salt. I'm not as like knowledgeable on this subject, whatever. But when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to things that I know about, like things that I like and I know about, I do hours upon hours upon hours of research. Like the amount of time like I've spent, like looking up like voice actors or like
Mm-hmm.
Vocaloid things or like the history or whatever, right? Is a lot. So when people try to tell me that I'm wrong, even though I've done so much time just like researching stuff, makes me mad. But anyways, that's beside the point. This guy was like, "Yeah, Vocaloid's AI," and I'm like, "Are
Yeah. Like
you
I feel like
stupid?"
he really. I felt like he was gonna pop off with that tweet, like, "Oh yeah," like people agreeing with him, and it was the complete opposite. But at the
Yeah,
same time, it's like, I completely understand why people were upset at
Yeah.
Utsu-P for
Mm-hmm.
using the AI. Although Utsu-P, like Stella mentioned, like he doubled down and said that he just used AI to correct the artwork.
Mm-hmm.
You had a lot of artists just being like, "Hey, like as an artist, like we were upset with, Adobe's AI program and how they said that they wouldn't protect the artist's work and they're basically just stealing the
Yeah.
art and allowing people to use this AI like software. Like he could have been like, okay, I apologize. I didn't know it worked that way, but now that I know, I don't know, I'll avoid
Yeah.
using AI this way. But no,
He just double
he was just like,
down.
yeah, he was like, I'm not gonna apologize and like this is how I used it. I used it for corrective, blah blah blah. Uh,
Here's the thing about AI, right? This is how
mhm.
I personally feel. I feel like AI was a mistake. It was something that should have never, ever been released to the public. Just
Oh
ever.
no, not to the public.
No,
Absolutely not.
never,
Yeah.
never. We don't have it. First of all, like we don't have any laws to protect anything or anyone from any of the AI stuff. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think we're gonna get it anytime soon. Just because, like, we
No.
still have people in the goddamn office who barely know how TikTok works. And
Yeah.
does TikTok access the network? What do you
What
mean? What do you mean by that?
Wi-Fi network?
That's
I
like the
remember
network,
that.
the
Yeah.
Wi-Fi network.
Uh-huh.
Does TikTok access the network? You're telling me that we're gonna sit here and we're gonna be like, we want laws, and yet the boomers still in office are like, does
No, yeah,
TikTok
they absolutely. I mean, the
still?
way AI software is
Mhm.
like rapidly, growing, our laws are just not catching up to that
No,
anytime soon.
no,
And it's very scary because like you have, I mean, the AI voice software, you have the AI like visual, like
yep.
to create like the deep fakes and all those, very
Oh,
scary
yes.
uh things. Not only celebrities deal with that, I've seen also
Mhm.
like content creators also have to deal with the repercussions of
Yep.
what do I do when someone uses my likeness for those things.
Well, the unfortunate thing, because this happened in Canada, like a few months ago, like
Mhm.
maybe 6 or 7 months ago, guy got arrested because he made deep fakes of children. And
Yeah.
and I'm like, there's the thing is with this technology, there's no stopping like these
Mhm.
types of people, right? Because technically it counted as child pornography,
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah.
But like, like it still involves like a real child's face. Like you have to, because like AI will never, I don't think, personally, in my opinion, and from what I know about the technology, and I could be wrong, but I don't think AI can ever truly be AI because you need humans to
Mhm.
learn all that stuff from and take from. It will
Yeah.
never learn on its own,
Mm-mm.
you
No, I
know.
feel like there's yeah, it definitely relies on human input.
Yeah.
And I feel in all aspects that I've seen AI being used in art, it relies on people's art.
Yeah.
In I mean voice, and it relies on someone recording the voice or just people stealing from other recordings.
Like, look,
Oh yeah.
I think it was funny when people were like taking Obama, Trump, and Biden's voices and making them like play stupid games like Project Diva and talking about their favorite modules and Project Diva. Yeah, it was hilarious. I thought it was hilarious.
Mhm.
But at the same time, too, like at first I thought it was funny. But then when things would go out of control, when things would, like voice actors' boundaries were being stepped on, like I was like, okay, maybe it's not so funny anymore, right?
Mhm.
And I have seen people be like, well, what about the Utaloids that people make? Like the fan made Utaloids of like certain voice actors and stuff. And then here's the thing though, is that will never take their jobs. Like making an utao of like whatever celebrity or person will never actually take a job from them, and it
Mhm.
will always sound like a Utah-Lloyd. It will never sound like them,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Not to mention, like, having a voice and using it, someone could take that and make you say some fucked up shit.
Well, it happened. I don't know if you still if you follow him in general, but Philip DeFranco. Since
Mm-hmm.
he's for those of you who don't know, he's been a YouTuber since the dawn of YouTube
Yeah, he
and makes like
old time
yeah,
YouTuber.
old school, yeah. So he makes like news related content, and this past week actually, like someone like created an AI of him saying something completely like out of he would never say anything like that. But of course you have like a portion of TikTok audience that do not know who he is,
Yep.
have not followed him for like 15 plus years, and they were believing that he was like, I don't know if it was like a
Oh,
racist remark or something, but just something that could, you know, affect someone's
yeah.
career.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think it's going to happen to like the bigger creators first, but it can happen to anyone. And
Well,
that's the
yeah.
scary thing.
Well, like imagine you're just like a normal person working a normal job and somebody that
Mhm.
has a goddamn vendetta against you. So they make you say something really fucked up and they send it to your boss, right?
Mhm.
And then it's like, what do? You're gonna get fired? Right? Like, are you gonna get fired for it? Like, what's gonna happen?
Mhm.
Like it's really scary stuff of like we don't even know what's real or fake anymore
Yeah, and I
sometimes.
feel like even like the social media platforms, I know YouTube is being more like well both YouTube and TikTok. If you use any AI generated anything in your content, you have to be marking it as AI. But still I don't feel like a lot of people are going to self flag their
Yeah.
content as AI if they want like the views.
Yeah. Well,
So it's like I understand the intention, but at the same time, I don't know.
like I'm also afraid that like I'm not gonna lie with some of the stuff that like YouTube just is putting in implementing stuff for AI, and
Mhm.
TikTok has. I feel like eventually I'm gonna get flagged for AI, not because I use AI, but because like I feel like as a VTuber, someone's gonna flag it and then they're gonna go, oh yeah, that thing is looks like a cartoon and is animated.
Mhm.
It's probably AI, and then I get in
Yeah.
trouble for it. And I'm like, I don't really want that. Like, I don't really want that.
Mhm.
I don't like AI. I don't like what
I don't like it either.
like. I thought it was cool at first. I thought it was silly, right? Like back when you
Uh-huh.
would go onto like Doll E, which was like just a
Mhm.
website, and you would put in something really silly, and you would be like, Hatsune Miku kissing Shrek. And, and then you would get like the most like monstrosity of a like picture that you've ever
Mhm.
seen. But it was nothing like really like good or even looked good or anything. It was
Yeah,
just kind of
yeah.
like bad looking, but it was still funny. And that was only like maybe a year ago.
Mhm.
It was not that long ago. Like a year ago, and already in the year like it's improved so much, and it's so scary.
Mhm.
I can still see what like is AI art. Like I can still like pinpoint what's AI art because like
Yeah.
I have, at least for me, like I'm an artist, so I've trained myself on how to look out for AI art.
Mhm.
And if you know, right?
Yeah, there's some signs I've come to learn about them.
Yeah, I mean, it's also unfortunate because you go to Etsy and any of those backgrounds on there,
Yeah.
there's so many backgrounds on Etsy for like streams or like VTuber backgrounds that are just AI art,
Mhm.
and the best ways, I guess, like maybe a little segment on how to tell if it's AI art. So
Mhm.
if you don't know, if you struggle with AI art and whether it's AI art or not, here's some tips. Eyelashes.
Mhm.
Eyelashes will always like if it's not even on both sides, that's your biggest clue. At least for me it is. That's what I always look for first. The
Mhm.
other thing is eyebrows. Are the eyebrows and like the hair melting together? Because that happens
Yeah.
too. Patterns.
I've noticed that the hands too.
Hands.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't see the hands. So like hands aren't
Yeah.
always super accurate, but yeah, hands. The patterns. If there's like a pattern and it doesn't seem to actually like have an actual pattern to it, like it's not like symmetrical, not even. It looks like kind of wonky. That's AI art.
Mm-hmm.
Like the quality of the photo maybe not being like super crisp is another one. Um
Mm-hmm.
and then like just like shadows or folds or things that just kind of don't quite make sense. But that's a lot harder for people who are not trained artists to like see that stuff. So like yeah, eyelashes are always like the big one for me, like if they're just not symmetrical, and like
Mm-hmm.
hair blending in, or even sometimes like other things blending into other things, like if something is real, it's going to be uniformed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at like a background, right, because I was just talking about people, but for backgrounds, if you see like, wow, why is that table leg like blending in to that lamp,
Yeah.
like that kind of stuff, like you look for like things that blend together, and that's the easiest way to like tell AI art from actual art.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. With I feel like with music is a little bit harder
Yeah.
because like you've had like I've seen like maybe 3 or 4 like Ariana Grande covers, air quotations, that do sound a lot like her.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's like, wait, did they record this or did they not? Um and going back to YouTube, like they just released this past week, they're partnering with several musicians
Yep.
to introduce AI technology. So Demi Lovato, Charlie Puth, Troye Sivan, I think Charlie XCX is also part of it. Like
Mm-hmm.
they got a good amount of musicians partnering up with this to introduce that AI technology and have the revenue go back to them as the
Yeah.
artist. Or it's going to be interesting to see how that works, because I feel like with music licenses, like yes, they're using the artist's voice, but if they're covering a song from a different artist and a different label, like how, I don't
Yeah.
know.
How's that gonna work? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's just
No.
a weird territory.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting to see if like maybe like other companies follow suit, like
Mm-hmm.
voice acting companies, or even just like, I don't know, like Nintendo or some of like the video game companies too,
Yep.
since they're so picky about how they use their properties.
Yep. It's like AI art and AI in general is not really
Mm-hmm.
AI. Like I said, it's just taking things with an algorithm and mashing them together to get
Pretty
you the
much, yeah.
product that you asked for, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, I don't know, like it always drives me insane when I see AI bros being like, oh, it's real art or it's real. And it's like, no, you didn't do anything. Like you just put in a prompt in.
Dude, I remembered maybe I think it was like maybe like month or 2 months ago.
Uh huh.
There was a mangaka that got in trouble for using AI to create their manga series.
Oh God.
And it was the AI just did not work the way I guess they were expecting it to work, because
Yeah.
people found the series that the AI basically just
Oh
infringed.
no.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
again, it's not doing original work. It's taking from other people's work and like
mm-hmm.
mashing
It was
them
like
together.
panel by panel, the same thing, just the character artwork was just slightly different, but the dialogue was exactly the same.
Oh my God, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, that's the other thing on one more last thing about how to tell something's AI art. There's words in it and they do not make sense. They're not in any language. It is not real. That is AI art.
Mm.
That is AI art. I guess
Yeah.
I'm just tired. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of AI art. I'm tired of art bros just like
Mm-hmm.
being like, "Ooh, And I'm like, just if you want art, you either gonna have to pay for it or pick up a goddamn pencil and paper and do it your goddamn self.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, the reason why I don't like AI myself is just the laws. There's no laws to protect any
no,
of it.
nope, there's no
And
laws.
it's just uh
The I mean, we don't even have
it
child
is.
labor laws intact for child influencers and like for
Mm,
family vlogs, let alone like we're gonna get any AI stuff anytime soon.
yeah.
Like, is ridiculous. Like, it literally scares me. And
Yeah.
I'm glad I don't do what I used to anymore on the internet. Um, just like in my past life stuff, like show
Hmm.
my face, because like I don't know how much I would handle fucking somebody deep faked me. Oh my god.
Not gonna lie, have thought of eventually stop showing my face. So yeah, it is a thing.
Because you can't protect yourself.
Mm-mm. No.
Like, there's no
No.
way. There's no way, especially as a woman, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, I think Pokimane, got
Yeah.
deep, who has
Pokemon.
been
Mm-hmm.
deep faked before, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But yeah,
Yeah. I feel like I don't know. With the current lawmakers that we have,
get
I
him
just
out
don't
of here. That's what I
I don't
say.
yeah, I just don't see anything happening, unfortunately. It seems like it's up to like the Actors Guild who just, you know, they had to like make up like new regulations for AI. But what like the rest of the what about us? Basically, that's all I'm
Yeah.
gonna say. What about us? I'm
You
not in an Actors Guild. I'm a
okay?
regular person. Like,
I saw this
are we gonna
thing.
get protected?
I saw this thing the
Uh-huh.
other day, and I like literally was like, "Oh my god!" So it had to do with AI, and I think I talked
Mm-hmm,
about this on an earlier episode about Gray Delisle, who is the voice
Oh,
of
yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
Daphne
Yeah, yeah.
and Azula and all that stuff. And you know, there was that like Scooby Doo and FNAF like
Mm-hmm.
video where the guy, the animator, used AI voices in his project, right? And
Mm-hmm.
Gray found out about it. She didn't like it, and then, you know, like was basically like, I'm gonna blacklist you, which I'm not gonna lie, like especially during the strike, that's totally fair. Um and you know, people were mad at her and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I saw this TikTok, like, so the TikTok was the Scooby Doo and FNAF animation, and I was looking at the comments because I was like, oh, I wonder what the comments are gonna say, right?
Mm-hmm.
And somebody was like, oh my god, you should, like, someone should show Matthew Lillard, because Matthew Lillard
Mm-hmm.
is the voice of Shaggy now.
Yeah, yeah.
He's been the voice of Shaggy for years, you know, and he was also Shaggy in the live action as well. We
Mm-hmm.
stand Matthew Lillard in this house. I love him to death. But somebody was like, oh, and he's also in the FNAF movie as well,
Yeah, yeah.
right? And someone was like, oh my god, someone should like show him this, right? And somebody
Mm-hmm.
was like, I don't think he would like this because it uses AI voices, right? And they're like,
Mm-hmm.
no, he would love it, you know. And they were trying to paint Gray as like she was overreacting and like, well, Matthew's a really cool guy and he would love this. And I'm like, Matthew
Mm-hmm.
Lillard is a part of the Actors Guild. He
Yeah.
would not love this. He literally just went on strike for this AI stuff. Like, he went on strike for it. You think that this actor would be okay with unethically taking other actors' voices when
Mm-hmm.
he actively was on strike not too long ago? Y'all are wild. I just like, and it just like so proves to me, it just every day, how many just dumb ass people, I'm not gonna be nice, how many dumb ass people just do not know about anything when it comes to art, music, acting,
Mm-hmm.
any of
Mm-hmm.
that, because they're like, well, it makes it easier for people and blah, blah, blah. Oh, well, that animator, he didn't have money to pay voice actors. he didn't fucking study hard enough. He did not look into it hard enough because I guarantee there were so many voice actors who would have loved to
Mm-hmm.
participate in that. It's not
Yeah,
that he
yeah,
didn't actually want to pay them. It's just he didn't want to fucking try to look for them. He would have rather had like the perfect quote unquote the perfect voices by
yeah. Mm-hmm.
unethically stripping the voices
And
from the voice actors.
and that's what it comes down to. I feel like AI, the way it is right now, is unethical.
It's unethical. And
Yeah.
it's for people who want to take the easy route because
Yep.
they want instant fucking gratification. They're like, I don't want to pay money for art or I don't want to take the time to learn. I would rather just put in a prompt or do this just to make it easier so I have perfection at the top, even though it's not even perfect, let's be real. But like
No, it
to
mm-hmm.
their untrained eye, they think it looks fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know
Mm-hmm.
what? At a glance, it does. It does until you start really looking at it, and then you're like, "Well, that doesn't make sense." But like,
Mm-hmm.
they really just do not understand because they think artists and voice actors and all of these people are just being babies and they're being, you know, like wimps and stuff like that. It's like, okay, all right, so let me just come into your house and take some of your shit. You know, like, oh, I need these parts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, sorry, my blender isn't working. Let me just
Yeah.
take like the blending, like the part, like the bottom part of the blender from your house. Now you don't like it. Like, let me just take that and take this, right? It's like, it's like when you're in school and it's like, hey, can I copy off your homework? Like
Yeah.
that's what it
Yeah. Yeah.
feels
Yeah.
like, you know. But
Pretty
instead
much.
of like asking, you just take it from them and you write down the
Mm-hmm.
answers. You didn't do the
Mm-hmm.
work. You didn't do the studying. Like you didn't do any of that, right? If all artists, all voice actors, all actors, if everyone stopped what they were doing and made no more art, no more voice acting, no more nothing, and wiped it all out, AI would cease to exist
Yeah.
because
Uh-huh.
AI needs artists.
Yeah.
They need artists because if they didn't exist, your precious AI would also not exist. It just wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
I just wouldn't. Um, but yeah, anything else?
Um, I think I'm good. Just I don't know.
I'm gonna go take a nap. I need a nap.
Go take a
I'm now
nap.
cranky. I'm talking about AI. I'm now
AI.
cranky and I need a goddamn nap. I finished my coffee and it made me even more sleepy. That's I should have known that. Caffeine makes me sleepy. Hashtag ADHD life. It makes me tired. But yeah, thanks everyone for listening. Follow us on social media, all of them
Mm-hmm.
at Shojo Podcast, Instagram.
Shojo podcast, Instagram, Twitter, well, X, whatever, TikTok, all those places. YouTube. Half of you guys listening, I checked the analytics. You guys are not subscribed. So
Subscribe.
subscribe.
Subscribe. Come on, guys.
Uh-huh.
Please. Please.
But yeah, you can go follow us there. And we'll see you guys next week
I'll
with
see
a
you guys
brand new
next week.
episode. Uh-huh.
All right.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.